What's up, y'all? It's your boy D Jones, Now Talk Live podcast. I'm excited today because I'm in Galveston. I'm finding out there's a lot of rich history in Galveston. You're gonna find out today. This is where it goes down. This is the originator of the originator when it comes to sports. I can just go down the list, but first, check us out at Now Talk Live, Now Talk One Word Live podcast on YouTube. You can also go to our TikTok at Now Talk Live. You can also go to our Facebook Now Talk Live podcast and Instagram at Now Talk Live. Let me make sure you got those handles because I want you to be able to find us and find this interview later. You can go to YouTube. The full interview will be on YouTube. And it's going to be Now Talk One Word Live podcast on YouTube. Make sure you go there and subscribe. Also, Instagram at Now Talk Live podcast, TikTok at Now Talk Live podcast, and once again, Facebook Now Talk Live podcast. I'm here with my man Pepper, better known as
Ed Benjamin.
Ed Benjamin. I have been privy to meet this gentleman, and let me just give some history because I met him. He's in the food business. I patronized his business. He patronized me as well. He is one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. We're come to find out, he played sports in Galveston.
I played sport in Galveston. Played 3 years on varsity. Started at left corner. I actually made it on varsity as a sophomore as a running back. But then I ended up starting left corner for 3 years as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come out actually our class in 1985 is the only team that's mentioned in the state. They are all the state titles in the state of Texas. We're the only team that's mentioned in there that never won a state title.
Wow.
So
1985.
I want to say 5 or 4 people off that team. Actually, 6 that just went into the league. That they mentioned. You can mention Kevin Baptiste.
So you guys had 6 guys that went to the NFL.
6 off our class.
You mind naming those for me?
One, rest in peace, Kevin Baptiste, straight out of high school to Toronto Blue Jays. Our partner, Kevin Newkirk, went to the Texas Rangers. Eric Hill went to the Arizona Cardinals in the first round. Kimmel Adams went into the Kansas City Chiefs, inducted to the Hall of Fame. Scott went into the Minnesota Vikings. If our kicker wouldn't have broke his neck on his freshman year, he would have been also in the league because he was kicking 53-yard field goals in high school.
Wow. Who does that? Where are you going to find a story like this where y'all have this many NFL recruits? Tell me about the team. So freshman year, were all you guys on the same squad in the
13 of us made varsity, 9 of them started. All 22 seniors that year, 1985, all those went to college and everything else.
What?
We also played with some great players. We played with Brother Man from the 5th floor. He's one on our teams and everything. Also another track runner.
Brother Man from the 5th floor,
Martin Lawrence. That was a big. If he would have made it into the NFL,
yeah,
he probably been one of the fastest linebackers y'all would have met over 15 years ago.
Right. Wow.
This cat was running the 4.40.
Yeah.
Under 10 400 meters.
Yeah.
47 quarter.
Yeah.
We had some great players. We had some ball players.
So what are some of your takeaways from that year?
My takeaway, we learned a lot. We had a thing about ourselves. It was always big we little I. That I was no bigger than nobody. We was always a big we team. When one fight, we all fight. We might fight amongst each other, but when it came time to fight against other folks, we gonna line it up.
Yeah.
Not backing down for nobody whatsoever.
Yeah.
And crazy as you said, our offensive line was like 265. On our defense, we had Eric Hill, we had Charles Mickens and everything else, but our defensive tackles was 165. Closing out, we had a white boy named Gabe Chapman. This son played at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
6'5", Gabe Chapman, white boy, ran 4.40.
Wow.
Nobody couldn't stop him.
White guy.
We gave Madison here.
That's unheard of.
Yeah. we called him Oreo.
Wow. So what was you guys' record that year?
We went 10-3, I believe. I think it was 10-3.
10-3?
Yeah, I could. But one thing about our coach at that time, he made sure that we played our preseason game was always team ranked in the top 10. Our preseason game. So by the time we had to play against Fort Worth Dunbar.
Y'all was in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we ended up playing Brian. Brian, our sophomore year,
Dunbar.
Yeah, we ended up playing against Bernstein, Jerry Ball, and everything else. That Westbrook team was a good team.
Right.
3 years in a row, we had to play some top backs, and all of them got the overall fit.
Wow.
Someone Jerry Ball brother, and then Arthur Lee. That was another coach. You know?
So tell me, how did you end up from running back? You end up a cornerback. Is that right?
Yeah, right. I ended up because the cornerback I seen that they had, and then I knew my coverage. Then I was one of the fastest one on the team. So I played left. I ain't mind coming up. You know, I was a little cat, but I had a heart that nobody could have, that nobody wasn't going to break on us. I had that where if the ball was in the air, I was going to get there and run down. Somebody down. You know, that was my motto. So.
Yeah. Wow.
I wasn't afraid. You know, I was 143 pounds starting at left corner as a sophomore.
Wow.
I ended up being 158 pounds my senior year. So
Wow.
I ain't had no weight on me. I got weight now.
Yeah.
You know, I probably run a 4'9" or 5 fat right about now.
Yeah. Well, so where'd you end up going to school? College?
I ended up going, I had a offer to go to UTEP, Arkansas, and then I had a full ride at Prairie View, but my mother, fortunately not, my grandfather ended up participating in 1936 Olympic, but my mother didn't tell me that my grandfather ran at Prairie View. So
right.
I should have went there.
Yeah.
I ended up going to California to State Junior College because I wanted to get close to the Raiders. I'm a Raider fan.
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, speed kills. So I get up there and I know the Raiders love the speed. And so fortunately, my mother got sick. Yeah. So I came home and everything else. So I took a different path. And I ended up going offshore. Yeah. And I worked offshore for 29 years. And I'm kind of bet what football taught me. It taught me that, hey, we're not to fight through adversity and everything else. You know, pick your behind up, brush yourself off and everything else. Yeah. So I kept that same mentality when I got offshore. I did 29 years. So I'm blessed that I did 4.5 months in Antarctica on the north side. I did 5.5 months on the south. Yeah. I ended up working out in Alaska for 9. So, you know, I've kind of seen some stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And then now I'm blessed that I have a restaurant now.
I was going to get to that.
Okay, my bad. I'm jumping the gun.
Pepper has a restaurant. That's the nickname, right? Right. Has a restaurant in Galveston called Ophelia's. Tell us about that, how you birthed this.
Ophelia's.
That's where we at right now.
I'm back. It's a blessing that I'm back in the same building. My uncle had a juke joint, and it was called the Paradise. And my grandma, who I named it out there, she used to have a restaurant in the early 60s. It's called LX Barbecue, back on 27 Post Office. And back in the days, when the Galveston was booming, you had, excuse me if I could use his name, you had the oil house, you know, right next to that. So she always fed the community and everything else. And I take that same tenacity. Before I got there, we used to be right there on 29th and a half. And anybody that come by, we was going to feed them. You know, you ought to be back. I used to do tailgates. It'd be 20-some people come down to the game and everything, and I fed. So I'm blessed to get back in the same situation. Wow. It wasn't me. I tell everybody it was God. You know?
Yeah. God bless you with this restaurant, man. You've been here. One thing that I have taken away is I was sitting there listening to you guys, all the guys that played football together. You know everybody. Right. I say, hey, I know everybody. You know everybody. I don't know you, so you're bringing everybody together. I have been blessed by the relationship that y'all have. Right. After all these years.
Right. Well, we tight. We got
about that. How did that come about?
Man, it's watching each other growing up and watching the people before us and everything else, and they always reach back and sit up there. They say, reach one, teach one. They made sure they done that. So all the old heads always came back and everything else. Yeah. And to this day, all of them coming in.
You know, I see that.
We got 36 athletes that actually went into the NFL, and we're going to have 2 more that's going, you know. And right now, we probably got 4 outside that y'all be talking to. Yeah. That's coming up. So
we got 4 more NFL athletes.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Since I have the spot, I've been blessed. But everything's getting taken away from us in Galveston.
Right.
So this actually, the building I'm in has been 100 years. So this actually is the only black spot that you come to and everything else. And this is the only spot that all the old heads from Galveston come back and everything, and then they come in here. And me, you know, excuse my language, I'm a shit talker. I keep mess up in this joke. You know, talking horse to every last.
I saw that all.
But I know my history and everything else. Yeah. You know, we run track. We got a track powerhouse that come through here. Yeah. I mean, for a matter of fact, we got Derek Florence on his way down here. Yeah. When we talk about it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, man, Ophelia. So how did that name come about?
That's my grandmother. My grandmother, that was her name. Okay. Everything else. And I always said when I was a little kid, if I ever got blessed to get in that position to open up a restaurant food truck, I was going to name it after her. And I do have another grandmother, my mother's side, that I learned a lot from, was called Lily B. And I kick back and watch the old heads before me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I watched my uncle ran this for 31 years,
Mm-hmm.
and his last 7 years, he had only 5 guys came. But he kept the doors open just strictly for them 5 guys.
Right.
And everything else. I'm blessed that my uncle and Annie own the Buffalo Soldier Museum. Then I have an uncle that's off in San Antonio, Charles Williams. He's a big client in San Antonio. He done a lot of things. The first barber school. He just opened up a black museum probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So just watching people fall, and then my family is rich. You know, the Caldwells, Adrian Caldwell played backup king for Elijah Warren.
Yeah.
You got Jason Terry that played the Jet. You know, that's came from Jet Hill. That's came from so.
Your cousin?
Yeah, that's family. I'm the smallest one on my mama's side. Everybody trees. Everybody on 6'6" and everything else.
Yeah.
I got my cousin Clyde Jackson. That's he's a big killer for the Blue Chips basketball.
Wow.
You know, he real connected and everything else. So
yeah.
If they call me, I'm well known. I'm rich in people. I ain't rich in money, but I'm rich in people.
I know now.
Yeah. And everybody keep in contact when I pretty much got my 1,500 phone numbers in my phone, and I reach out to everybody.
This man knows everybody.
Yeah.
But I remember you telling me there was a movie filmed here.
Yeah, it's the Geller Brothers. I was in that. What's
it called?
My brother was in that movie. That was filmed down right down the street.
Slow down. What was it called?
The Geller Brothers.
The Gutter?
No, Together Brothers.
Together Brothers.
Together.
Okay, give me a little. What is that?
Man, it was a low budget movie. Filmed out. It was showing how Market Street was ran back in the days and everything else. Also, fortunate, I ended up playing in the church movies, in the church scene.
Yeah.
Sitting in the first pew and everything. And my little money, I took my little money and bought me a raccoon. I don't know why I wanted a raccoon, but I bought me a raccoon.
Right.
And everything else. But it's a whole movie that was showing the hood in Galveston back in the days.
Yeah. I never forget when I met you, man, and you were like, man, hey, I'm not just saying this, but I really support.
Right.
And that's one of the things I took away from you. And I was telling my lady, I was like, man, there's something about it. I didn't know you. You befriended me.
Right.
I come patronize. And it was like, and then come to find out, man, you're a true Galvestonian.
Right.
You know everybody. Got deep root history out here. If you could share something with the generation or just to the people here, what would you say?
By me working out short and meeting different nationalities and everything else, I met a lot of close brothers. And then I found out as black folks, bro, we don't stick together. And I truly have a sign up on my wall, help others succeed, and it's pulling a man out of a gutter hole.
Yeah.
And no face on it whatsoever. And I believe in that. And I used to preach to them young kids offshore and everything else. Man, can you imagine if we stick together, what we can do and everything else also?
Yeah.
So I try to, and my grandmother always told me it don't hurt to speak. If they take more to frown than to smile. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you might run into, who you might need, or whatsoever. It might be 10 years from now.
Right.
You know, you got to treat people how you want to be treated and everything else. So I try to treat everybody with respect. Everybody. You know, I don't care who it is. I'm going to try to treat people with respect.
Man, we appreciate it. We've been with Pepper, better known as
Eric Benjamin. No, Eric Benjamin still feeds.
Where can we find you at?
Find me on 3104 Market Street in Galveston. Call on feed. Just look it up. Right now, I'm running one.
Thank you, man.
Y'all can meet some people, baby.
Now talk.
We want that, right?